it is gearing up for a nasty storm outside. So I'm in the kitchen, starting to get some dinner prepared, and one of the things I love to do on my channel is show you how we eat what we get from the garden. Because one of the biggest learning curves when you're growing your own food is learning how to use stuff that isn't like perfect grocery store produce. We are getting down to the end of our sweet potatoes from last year, and these are not ones that you would throw in the oven and make baked potatoes out of. So I want to show you how you can use some of your tiny sweet potatoes that you got from the garden so they don't go to waste. The first thing we need to do with our potatoes, since we just pulled them out of the ground in the fall, is we need to wash them, and then we will slice them. I have a brush specifically for washing vegetables, but my kids love to cart it off places, so I'll probably find it in a weird location somewhere. That's okay, we don't need to get super official. We're not going to be eating the skin, so it's not super imperative. You gonna help me, buddy? You see the water, huh? Now, ones that are like this, I will just snap them in half so that I can wash them and peel them more easily, because you're not gonna be able to get in those tiny little crevices. Gonna make some sweet potatoes for supper, buddy. You want some burgers and potatoes? This is one of my absolute favorite meals. All right, now that we've got them all washed, we're just gonna peel them up. These potatoes would be considered fingerling potatoes because their size is about the size of a finger. And you might be thinking, that's a lot of work for all those tiny little potatoes. And it is, but here's the thing. I paid $0 for these potatoes. I grew them from sweet potatoes that I had grown the year before, and they cost me nothing. So I'm not gonna let this food go to waste just because it's a little bit more work to eat it. So now that we've got them peeled, next thing we're gonna do is any of the ends that are like this or just kind of yucky, we're just gonna cut the ends off, and then we're going to slice them, and we're going to put them in a pan with a little bit of oil. I like to use olive oil, and then we're gonna cook them. Next, I will sprinkle in some salt, some garlic powder, and some paprika, and a noisy kitty. And then I will turn it on medium heat, cover it, and stir it as it's cooking. When it's soft enough that you can push a fork through it, it's ready to eat. Normally I like to eat this with a homemade smash burger, but today we are going to top it with some goat cheese. And I like lots of ketchup on mine too. And it's just like sweet potato fries. You could add bacon on here. I'm sure there's lots of different combinations that you could make with this. Now all that's left to do is enjoy it. I love food so much. You should definitely try this. It's really good. Don't let those small potatoes go to waste. You can do this same thing if you have tiny white potatoes or russet potatoes or any other little potatoes. Chop them up, fry them in a pan, add some cheese and bacon. They're delicious, I promise. So hopefully this gave you some tips for how to use some of your stuff that you've gotten out of your garden, and I will see you next time.